Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ruchika and I am a recruiter with Microsoft. I have been a recruiter for about 9 years now, so it's been a fairly long time me interacting with the student community, and I have been pretty active on LinkedIn as well, creating content to help and empower the student community. And I thought, well, YouTube is a great medium to do more of that and ensure that I'm able to reach more people. So this is my small attempt in that direction. I hope you like my videos. But yeah, to start off with, I have also created a couple of videos in the on the lines of creating a great resume for yourself. There are two videos that I've created, in fact, and you can see it on my channel. I definitely recommend you going and checking it out. It will help you immensely. Well, as promised, this is the LinkedIn video. Finally, I thought of creating something for LinkedIn specifically because, LinkedIn is a great tool, and it is a very powerful tool, and not a lot of people use it effectively. I, in fact, realized the power of LinkedIn a couple of years back, and I, in fact, got my dream job at Microsoft through LinkedIn. So I definitely recommend you using LinkedIn as much as possible, creating that brand for yourself, because you never know, you might just get your dream job. Uh, to start off with, this video is going to focus on how to make your profile pop. What are the things that you need to ensure, that you do correctly in order to capture, the hiring manager's attention or the recruiter's attention, and it will definitely help you not just landing your dream job. If that's something that you're not after, that's fine, but it will also help you get so much of information, even if it is about networking with the right people. If you have a great LinkedIn brand, a great LinkedIn profile, you will be able to gather that attention. You will be able to network more efficiently and effectively. So let's get into it. I have created a couple of Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ruchika. So the profile that you see on your screens right now, well, it belongs to me. And the reason why I thought of using my own profile for this video was, first, I had easy access to it. Second, I didn't have to ask permission. And third, and the most important, I think it's a great example to give, while creating a video for a great LinkedIn brand. So to start off with, the first thing and the most important thing, which a lot of people tend to miss or tend to ignore, is the background picture. Now, the background picture is very important because it just adds to your profile. It makes your profile, shine. And people think that, I don't know what exactly to put in my background picture, so they leave it blank. Now, some of the examples that I can give you would be probably using your alma mater logo. Now, a lot of students are obviously, they are currently studying or they have recently graduated. So you can definitely put that your college logo there. The next one being, you can also use the current organization that you're associated with. You can use their logo as your background picture. So that kind of gives the person who's viewing your profile, a good understanding of where you are from or which organization it is that you're currently working in. Now, for this particular profile background picture that you see, I had taken this picture in Redmond when I had gone to the headquarters a couple of years back. And, there's this big, huge logo there, and a lot of people go and pose with it. So I thought, okay, why not? But when I took that picture, I didn't take this picture with the intention that I will be posting it on my LinkedIn. Over the years, I realized, I said, why not? Like, there is the logo and there is me. Why not kind of share that on my LinkedIn profile? So, which is why you see this here.
I have also seen a lot of students, put coding as their profile, as their background picture, and probably they've done some sort of coding, and they put it up there, and it looks really cool. Like for someone who's probably techie, or someone who's say a software engineer manager who's hiring for his team, and then he clicks on your profile, he sees that coding there. I'm sure that he would be pretty impressed. So you can try these different things to make your background picture shine. Coming to the next one is the profile picture. Now, this one is my favorite, and a lot of students tend to, get too excited about their profile picture. I have seen students put pictures when they are pouting, or when they have shades on, or they are hanging off a car. Like, you don't have to jazz up your profile picture, right? It's a professional networking site, so your picture has to be professional as well. And whenever you're in doubt, just imagine you show up for at your office for your as your first day. And how exactly would you show up? How would you dress? You would have a smile on your face, you would look confident, all of that. So make sure that your profile picture captures that, and you don't have to jazz up your profile picture at all. All right, so the next one being the name. Now, again, students tend to, put a lot of effort in making sure that their name pops. You don't have to do that. A normal font is more than enough. One of my pet peeves, something that I absolutely hate, is when people don't put their first names and last names, at least the first letter, in capitals, and that is something that really irritates me. So just make sure that the way I have put it, just make sure that it's done like that. You don't have to put everything in capitals, then it seems like you're screaming at the person reading your profile. So something like this is fine. The next one, being in the most important one, is the headline. Now, headline is something that features in all the searches that recruiters run. And whenever, say, for example, a recruiter is looking for a software engineer through LinkedIn, this is the headline that will pop up on their screens. So it's very important on what you put as your headline. And headline can be a mixture of what your current designation is, where you're employed, and your passions, right? And for me, for example, my headline has been evolving over the years. When I started my journey in Microsoft, it just said university recruiter Microsoft. And then a couple of years back, I thought, okay, why not add my ex organizations, because I did work there. So then these were additions that were made to the headline. And then most recently, I thought, okay, I am a storyteller, and I am kind of using LinkedIn to share my stories, so why not put that there, because that is my passion. So you can put whatever your passion is. If, say, for example, if you are an ML enthusiast, so you can definitely put that there. So make sure that your headline is catchy, whoever is reading it gets a gist of what your current role is, where you are employed, and where what your passions are. The next one, of course, is the current position, which is, for me, it's university recruiter. If you are employed, then you can put your current position there. If you are still a student, then I would recommend you can, a lot of students are, they are pretty active in the student community. They have their own, communities that they participate. So there is a robotic community, or somebody is heading the math club, or whatever. So you can put that there if you are heading a certain community or a group in your college. That will just add to your profile. Then, of course, the next one is education, location, industry, just the usual stuff, nothing extraordinary. All right, so the next one, and my most favorite, is the summary. Now, a lot of students, a lot of people don't put anything in their summary because they are clueless. They don't know what exactly goes in the summary. And summary for me is something wherein you talk about, your experience in a nutshell, and you also talk about your passion. So it should be both. And if you were to read my summary, it gives a impression that, okay, I have 9+ years of experience. I love engaging with university hires. I love multitasking. I have about 1,000 interns that I program manage. Then, of course, what additionally, I do along with program managing internships. This is, some of the programs that I am associated with. And then lastly, if you see, I talk about my passion, which is, blogging and writing articles. And my passion is also driven by the fact that I want to help students and job seekers get their dream job. So, in a nutshell, this is what your summary should look like. The language that you use in a summary should be very cool, chilled out, easygoing. You don't have to make it sound like a resume. And to be very honest, I would never use such lingo, such language or verbiage in my resume. In my resume, it is obviously like an official document, so the language that I use will be very different. My advice to people who want to write their own summaries is please make sure that you write your summary in first person and not third person. A lot of people do this, and what happens is whenever I read the summary which is probably put in third person, immediately detaches me from that profile, and I start thinking, I'm not able to connect with this person. So it should always be my passion, my experience. I love doing this. I In my free time I do this, rather than Ruchika comes with so many years of experience and she has a flair for. So don't do that. Make sure that you always write your summary in first person. It will definitely help you capture the audience. The next one, of course, is the featured section. Now, because I have been writing a lot of articles and blogging, it has some of my articles that I thought were really great, and I have featured that here. If you think that you have, for example, published a paper and you want to put that there, then you can go ahead and feature it under your featured section. All right. Moving on, the next one is the experience, and this is also something that people tend to underplay a lot. I have seen, profiles where they just put their current roles, where they're associated and the time that they've been associated, and that's it. There is no mention whatsoever of the work that they do there. Now, a LinkedIn profile is pretty much like a resume of sorts. The language that you use will not be as professional as you use in a resume, but what you need to ensure is that you do mention what is the work that you have done in that organization. And two things are very important when you talk about your work. So it could be, say, you worked on a particular technology, or you work for a particular product and this feature, or whatever. The other thing being the impact of that work. So very important that you talk from both sides, right? So you put in the work, you put in the hard work, and then what was the impact. So for example, if you developed an app, okay, and that app was developed during COVID times to help and enable the elderly and the above 60 folks get groceries from their nearby kiranas, right? And this is the app, and it's great and all of that. Now that's it. If you just talk about that, then for someone who's reading this, they're not able to assess what happens next. You're just telling half the story. People want to know the ending as well, right? So you have to talk about the impact that that app made. So you can talk about how many people downloaded it, how many elderlies use that app, how easy was it for them to use, because obviously anybody who's above 60 are not that tech savvy. So for them to be able to use an app easily is very important. So you talk about all of that, all of that impact that you have made in your experience, and make sure that you are detailed, right? um, so experiences, no matter how many you have, just make sure that you mention all of this and don't leave that blank. The next one being your education. Of course, that is something that will come there by default. You don't need to mention your 10th and 12th details. That's something that is not required. The next one, and again, something that I lack as well, is the recommendations. Now, and this is also my ask, advice to the student community, because you guys work with internships, and you work on internships, etc. So make sure that whenever you are doing an internship, you go ahead and ask for a recommendation from your manager. Very important. You can ask the manager to give you a recommendation on your LinkedIn, and it looks really great. Unfortunately, in my case, I just have one recommendation because I was that lazy. But I need to work on this piece, and I really have to go, and ask recommendations because it just looks really nice. So imagine, you say, for example, you have interned in Google, you've done a 2-month internship, and you say, you unfortunately did not get a PPO, you did not get a FTE offer, but you've got a great recommendation from your manager that you worked with. Now, supposing a Microsoft recruiter looks at your profile and he or she reads that recommendation, how do you think this profile would look to them, right? They will be jumping over your profile. They will make sure that they, get in touch with you. They'll make sure that they, set you up for that interview. So always make sure that you ask for recommendations, no matter, it could be a 1 week internship or a 3-month internship or a 12-month internship. Just keep asking for recommendations from everyone that you have worked with. The last but not the least is the accomplishments. And this is also something that a lot of people miss out on, including myself. I have just mentioned one accomplishment that I probably did in 2016, and which is sad because I have had many accomplishments, but I have not bothered to update that in this section. And I think I probably have forgotten it as well. So my recommendation to everybody would be, make sure that you fill this as well. Accomplishments is very, very important. And my advice to you would be, you can utilize this space to actually showcase your work. Say, for example, you worked on an app, you can definitely put, hyperlink that app here. You can, if suppose you developed a website, you can, put that website here, explain what that website did, talk about, give that more in detail, but make sure that your accomplishments also is something that is mentioned. So utilize this space to, put that and fill that up, to make it look really nice. All right. So that's it from my end.
Well, if you like that video, I hope you like, share, and subscribe. It will definitely motivate me to create more content that will help you and empower you. I would love to hear your suggestions if there's something that specific that you would want me to cover. It could be, maybe I would be also open to doing maybe a resume review. If that's something that will help you. But yeah, I'm absolutely open to suggestions, anything under the sun that I can help cover from an HR perspective, from a recruiter's perspective. I would love to. Feel free to comment below, and I will be able to create more content as I go along. But in the meantime, thank you so much for everybody who watched the video. I'm really, really grateful. And watch out for the space as I come back with some really interesting and amazing content. So, bye. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel.